Here we go and welcome to the Idea of Technology. My name is Michael and today we're just taking a second look at the Microsoft Lumia 950 because I already did a review about it, how it is using it in 2020 without any support, and you can watch it up here or down in the video description if you want to, or if you haven't already, perfectly fine. This is probably one of my biggest and most watched videos so far on this channel, and also with the most likes and most comments, so I'm really grateful for this and thank you for all the feedback I got on this video. And I just thought maybe I would just do a wrap up and also a follow up on this whole topic because I think it's really interesting, because the Lumia 950 hardware is just super powerful. A lot of questions were around this topic. Can it run Android? Can you just run some custom ROM? What's with Windows on ARM? Can it run this? And I was like, yeah, I can just take a couple of hours and days of my time and try to figure out if this is possible. So this video is just all about, can it run Windows on ARM? And the answer is pretty easy. Yes, it can, but it's not good. What I initially wanted to do was doing a video about this Surface dock I've here, not the Surface dock, the Windows Phone dock, whatever, this little display dock, I think that's the name. And I think this will just need to wait a couple of weeks, so if you want to see this, also get subscribed. I will absolutely do a video about it because I think Continuum and just using your phone as a PC was just a genius idea, and I think Samsung is still sticking to this idea, and maybe we'll just see something similar here. But now we're just taking a look at what I did with this phone. I will not do a complete tutorial how you do this, what I've done here, but just guide you through this. So the complete idea is just that I've now installed Windows on ARM on this little machine here, as well as have the ability to boot into my normal Windows Mobile, and I have to do a couple of things there. But first let's just turn it on and we just see what's now here. I hope you can now see it. I've tried to zoom in a little bit. So now we have just this boot selection here. It's just super tiny. You can just now select between your Windows Phone or just go for your Windows 10 on ARM. So basically this is now running nearly the same version like the Surface Pro X, for example. But now first I can now select here with these volume up, volume down buttons, and we just go for the phone first and just accept everything with the camera button or shutter button, which is pretty cool. And now we're just booting into our typical normal Windows Mobile. I needed to reset everything. This was one of the first steps, and if you want to do this by your own, I've put down in the video description a couple of links. First of all about Windows Phone, I think that's the name of the website. Super cool website, super long article about what it's like to do this and what it feels like. So I really would like you to just read this article, super awesome. The GitHub for all the things you just need for this to do this and to have all the repositories and everything you need in place. So the GitHub link is down there, as well as another guide how you do it step by step by yourself. So the very first step was just to reset this whole thing and just get a few things done, like unlock the bootloader, download the right Windows on ARM version you just want on this device, and just flashing everything. So there are a couple of softwares that were written by a couple of really genius people out there, and they just get this running. So now I need to unlock my SIM card here, and now we can just take a look at Windows Mobile first. So basically nothing new. This is just a completely resetted Windows Phone at this point. Nothing special. Everything works just as intended. So you can absolutely do this on your own. I would try to make an update first, so if you just break your phone or have any problem, you can just go back to your normal Windows Phone. But you have the ability to dual boot, which is just pretty cool. So you can just go into your Windows Mobile or just now go into Windows 10 on ARM, but you just need to shut it down first and need to turn it on again, and then we just switch in the dual boot section to the other operating system. Basically you can now just do whatever you want to do with your phone because it's not supported anyway. So I just try to use it as a webcam because the camera is just really awesome, or just use it as the display, but to address the display of this awesome 1440p display, and we did a special drive and everything. So I would just want to use the AMOLED for something different, for another DIY project, but it's not that easy. Maybe you know how to do it, but I was not able to do it. So either way, webcam or just using the display was not the point I just wanted to go for. So now we are here at the dual boot section, and now I'm just picking Windows 10. And now it will look like, that's just really funny, because now we're in this boot section here, trying to get it up and running. A little disclaimer at this point, I have just a Lumia 950, not a Lumia 950 XL, and there was just back in the days a difference. That means this is just running a Snapdragon 808, and the Lumia 950 XL is running a Snapdragon 810. The difference is just really big, 6 cores compared to 8 cores on the bigger model. The 6-core model is not running that good on this machine. That means we are just having from the 6-core only 4 cores, and they are also just clocked below 600 MHz, which is just a bummer and a really big performance issue. On the other side, the Snapdragon 810 was just able to deliver the full 8-core experience. So basically this whole guide you just see down in the video description, and everything I'm just showing you now is more likely to go for the Lumia 950 XL. It's just the very only phone it's recommended to go for this whole route there. But as you can see, it's totally possible to run it on Lumia 950, but the experience will definitely be something different at this point. So now we're here in the normal Windows boot section here, and in the start menu, or is it start menu? No, it's more likely the start screen. And now I can just insert my password here and show you what it's like to run Windows on ARM on the Lumia 950. But now we are just here on the desktop. It needs a couple of seconds or minutes to get everything up and running, just because, yeah, you can imagine it's not that powerful. The RAM is not the issue, so this 3 GB RAM is just totally fine. Normally we need just 1.9 or 2 GB when you just boot everything up on the Windows machine, but then you're just 1 GB left, so some Windows and some applications are totally fine at this point. But now we are here on my machine, so I'm also just now joining in here with my Microsoft account, and nearly everything is running. Also cellular as well as Wi-Fi, which is just really important to have connection to internet, but a couple of things are not working yet, but I will come to this now. That means what's not working. First I'm now switching. As you can see, graphics sometimes are a little bit laggy, as well as the transparency modes are not working properly, so there's some graphical issues. So I'm just disabled this the version that you just have this transparency on Windows, like I'm just trying to show you here. If the Explorer is just now opening, all just takes a couple of seconds. But at the end it's perfectly fine. So I've even just used it to project my little screen from my Lumia 950 on the bigger Windows machine. As you can do, you can just project and connect to another PC, and I was totally able to use this second Lumia 950 screen on my bigger Legion 5 and with mouse and keyboard, and can just work and just open things and use the Microsoft Edge Chromium browser and everything. So this is now running the Windows build 20H2, so the latest version, the latest commercial version, totally fine at this point. Things that are not working yet are probably the saddest things, you can say so, but on the other side you can always just dual boot and shut everything down and just boot into Windows Mobile. But what's not working? First of all, the cameras are not working, both cameras. The front-facing and the rear-facing cameras both are not working here in Windows, which is a bummer. Really upset about it, but at the moment they were not able to do so, and probably the whole developers behind it will never be able to do this. But you can always just boot into Windows Mobile at this point and just shoot your really awesome and good videos or just photos. It's just totally able. What's also not possible at this point is using the Windows Hello facial or iris recognition. Also a big bummer for me. At the end, Windows Mobile and Windows Hello is absolutely possible on Windows on ARM or just normal Windows. It's somehow not possible to get the right drivers into this machine here to address it and just use it. And the third point, which is also a little bit upset, is that the USB Type-C port is not completely working at this point. I will also put down the link in the video description to the GitHub site where you can see the differences, what is working on the Lumia 950 XL and on the Lumia 950. The processor topic is probably the biggest difference between these two models. And the Type-C port is nearly completely working, not not yet at this point, but they're working on it. And then I hopefully think that things like this, or just using display alternate mode to get to bigger display port monitor or something like this, would be really cool. So I think this will totally fix. I think the camera topic will never be fixed. To use it just every day. What you can do is I can show it here. Go into the notification on the Action Center if I'm able to do so and I have not too big fingers. Just wait a couple of seconds. It's totally buggy. Sometimes it's just shutting down. So this is definitely not for daily use. This is just for experimental use. You can just go into tablet mode. And in tablet mode, it somehow feels more like you're used to, and you also have the ability to use something called mobile shell that somehow just tries to replicate the audio experience and the behavior from Windows Mobile on Windows 10 on ARM, which is just pretty cool. You absolutely need to install it, so I've not it running at the moment here, but you get the idea. Absolutely a recommendation, also mentioned in the article. I'll also put a link down there. You're just totally able, as you can see, if I use it for a couple of seconds, it gets better. Some protection issues, the start menu, everything in place like you want it to. So Windows is just working totally fine, Wi-Fi is working. I've even have the Edge browser here. Okay, I'm not the very best person out there when it comes to technology and doing stuff with GitHub repositories, but I just needed to have around about 4 hours roughly. Maybe you can do it in 2, maybe you need 6 or 8 hours to pull this off. Okay, this is now a lot of political news here, so I will probably shut it down, or at least try to. Since it's on Edge and Chromium, you probably need to disable the GPU acceleration to have a better experience when browsing with the Edge browser inside of it here. Most of the time it's just pretty fine. As you can see, switching in the landscape mode, it works most of the time. And if we just take a look at the task manager, you will also just see what it's just displayed, how much RAM is now consumed here. Probably not running Chrome or anything like this, but so as you can see, the speed is just completely locked. It's not getting to the full potential of the 6-core processor at this point, sadly, and the memory already is just up to 2.2 gigabytes here with a max of 3 gigabytes, so completely limited. Just keep this in mind. But I think it's just really interesting to see what's just possible on a machine like this, and what you can do with hardware that is just 5 years old and absolutely not top of the line in any means. So to answer this question, yes, you can totally run Windows on ARM on this machine. Android is a completely different story. I like the complete topic about it, and I think the hardware and the whole idea, what was Microsoft trying, or Nokia was trying to do, is just really amazing, but Android will probably never happen. Windows on ARM, I think they would just get to a point where you can really use it, but the Surface Pro X is also just showing that ARM-based working machines are probably the way to go. Apple just showing this as well, so it's just really amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you dislike, you know what to do, but if you liked it, hit like down there, get subscribed, and enable the notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any future video of the idea of technology. And I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.